The name you have on the case and who I am, it's two different people.
You want to smile about it and laugh about it? Take him back. We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word and that's contempt. 30 days. 30 days.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way? Kind of, hey, what do you mean? Kind of, I don't want to go to jail again, Your Honor. Okay, but did somebody threaten you to plead? Yeah, with jail time, Your Honor. Okay, but who did that? Well, technically, you, Your Honor. So here's what I'll do. I'll pass it. Go talk to Anna.
Seems to be some confusion.
What's the confusion?
I've stated multiple times on the record that I wish to represent myself.
Well, I thought we got rid of that issue the last.
Yeah, I thought so too. I spoke to this gentleman right here and expressed my wish to represent myself as well.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want you, I mean, we'll figure that out in a moment. So, Mr. Styron, we're going to go through this again. What do we want to do in this case? You understand what you're charged with, sir?
I understand what the charges are against me, yeah.
Okay, look, you're going to have to give me straightforward answers to my questions because I've got to make sure that you understand certain things. I got to do certain things here.
From my understanding,
you understand, first of all, that if you do indeed direct, you want to smile about it and laugh about it, take him back. We'll call him out later. Take him back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up.
Consequences. And the way this dude said S, he was actually doing so well until he said that. They weren't lying when they said this dude needs serious mental help, because that logic straight up unhinged. I genuinely can't tell if he was trying to mock Judge Simpson or if he truly believes the judge is threatening him by explaining basic legal consequences. Like, my guy, that's how court works. Judges, literally, have the power to send you to jail if you don't follow orders. That's not a threat. That's Tuesday. And the way he said it, he might have just nuked his own plea deal, claiming the judge is threatening you when you just plead guilty. That's not only bad optics, it makes negotiations way harder. Now he's coming off like a victim instead of someone taking accountability. It's like he hit the self-sabotage button mid-sentence. But what do you guys think? Was he just running his mouth? Or does he actually believe this legal fantasy? Let's dive back in and watch how Judge Simpson reacts to this circus.
State your name.
my name is Thomas Styron. Living man.
Mr. Styron, you are before the court. You have elected to represent yourself. I do have to advise you that you have 3 counts against you. The first count is that of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the Motor Vehicle Code. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
This is under the assumption that you're compelling me to identify as Thomas York Styron, the legal entity on this case.
I believe that you are. Do you understand the nature of the charge, sir?
I don't understand how the name you have on the case and who I am, it's 2 different people.
I have a complaint, Thomas Styron II. Do you understand that that individual is charged with fleeing and eluding 3rd degree?
So,
do you understand the nature of that charge? You just need to answer my question.
For the record,
take him back, and when he decides he wants to cooperate, we'll bring him back, maybe. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days!
That was, honestly, a surprisingly calm and respectful way Judge Simpson handled it. Like he was explaining court procedure. To a toddler with a tantrum, props to the judge for the patience, because most people would have snapped by now. But now let's jump into the next part of this hearing to see if this guy finally pulls his head out of his well. You know what? At this point, he's at a crossroads. Either he wakes up and finally accepts how the legal system actually works, or he doubles down on the delusion and gives us front row seats to a live tutorial on how to ruin your court case in 10 easy steps. If he chooses, the latter buckle up, because it's going to be wild. What do you guys think? Will he come to his senses or spiral further? Let's dive back and
Recalls case, people of the state of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II. Styron, you are before the court on a felony complaint that does allege count one. And I'm going to presume, since you do not want to answer the court's questions, that you understand English and understand what I'm saying. You are before the court on 3 charges. Count one is the charge of fleeing and eluding third degree. Under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code, that is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court cost, and would require the Secretary of State to suspend your license for up to 1 year upon conviction. Count two is assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court cost. Count three is a misdemeanor offense of operating with a license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor as indicated, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court cost. Your vehicle could be subject to immobilization. Since you refused previously to answer my acknowledgement as to whether you understand that, I will assume that you understand what you're charged with. You are also entitled to be represented by counsel at this and all subsequent proceedings. If you could not afford to hire an attorney would be provided at public expense to represent you in this matter. You are entitled, as indicated, to be represented at this proceeding, all subsequent proceedings, including your preliminary examination, and if the matter were to proceed by trial, you would be entitled to counsel. It is, as we have gone through with the previous proceedings, the court's understanding that you do not wish to be represented by counsel, and that this matter will then proceed forth with you representing yourself. I have to advise you that in representing yourself, the court will make the presumption that you understand the Michigan court rules, those regarding both procedure and those regarding evidence. The court will not be providing any legal assistance to you during the course of those proceedings, and will hold you to the same standards that I would hold an attorney representing or practicing before this court. So, with all of that, and with the court's understanding that you do not want to be represented by counsel, I will set this matter for its next proceeding.
You understand I'm the beneficiary, not the trustee, right?
That will be the preliminary examination. I will set the preliminary examination. Has discovery been provided to the defendant?
Your Honor, he was previously represented by the public defender. I don't know if they turned over the paperwork to him.
Does anybody from the public defender's office know whether or not the defendant has been provided discovery? Mr. Odetella. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have the discovery. I have not been able to share that discovery with Mr. Styron. I tried to speak with him and go over it, but I'd be happy to turn that over to him at the first available.
All right. If you would either turn that over to the court officer so that they can provide that to Mr. Styron so that he has some discovery, and if you could do that today, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm setting the preliminary examination. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
The people would have their witnesses available June 11th. Set this matter for preliminary examination in person, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before me. Defendant, as he was leaving the courtroom the last time, the court did find the defendant in contempt, sentenced him to 30 days. The defendant will serve that sentence. The court will sign the judgment of sentence regarding the contempt.
I don't understand how that's possible. Like I said,
So first of all, watch your language.
You're treating me as if I'm the trustee, or I don't want to partake in any trust fraud or anything like that. Is this a QVA trust matter involved in this? Is my social security number attached to this at all? Go figure.
Styron, or whoever you wish to be addressed as, I'd suggest that you watch yourself because there's going to be more time coming. You keep it up.
You're presuming
You will
jurisdiction
learn
over
how
the
to conduct yourself appropriately in these proceedings in this courtroom and before me. You will not in any manner whatsoever
You're trying to
disrespect
compel me to be somebody I'm not.
or this
You
institution.
have no evidence
It will not
to prove that
happen.
I'm who you say I
You
am.
will not talk to me in that fashion.
In what fashion? I'm not the one being unethical.
Very good. You'll serve the 30 days. We'll see. We'll see him on the 6th. Bond continued.
It's right at this moment where everything fell apart. You can literally see the exact second his chances evaporated. This guy could have easily walked away with a light sentence, maybe just a fine, maybe a few weeks in jail tops. But nope. He had to open his mouth and challenge the judge like it was some kind of debate club. Now he's about to face Judge Simpson's full wrath. And trust me, judges do not take kindly to courtroom clowns who waste their time or disrespect the process. This dude had already accepted the plea deal, and now he's suddenly trying to act like he's innocent. It's like watching someone light their own parachute on fire mid-jump. This is textbook behavior for how to turn a manageable situation into a complete disaster. What do you guys think? Did he just throw away his last chance? Or is there still a sliver of hope left personally? I think he's cooked. Let's get back into it and watch the fallout. Schoolie, seriously, don't understand why this guy even took the plea deal if he never intended to follow through. Like my guy, you had the easier way out and you just tossed it straight into the trash. Now instead of walking away with a lighter sentence, he's staring down months of extra jail time. And for what? Just to argue with the judge. Okay, maybe it wasn't full-on arguing, but the smug attitude. And talking back definitely didn't help. I get that he might be dealing with some mental health challenges, but he had a lawyer. Someone literally told him what to do, and he still went full speed in the opposite direction. It's wild, but on a more positive note, I've got to give serious props to Judge Simpson. He handled this better than most judges would have. A lot of them would have snapped and thrown this guy in jail on the spot. But Judge Simpson, he actually tried to help him. Explained things clearly and even gave him multiple chances to get it together. But at some point, you just have to accept that some people are determined to self-destruct. And when that happens, there's nothing left for the court to do but let them suffer the consequences. And that's exactly what happened here. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know what you thought about this hearing. Was Judge Simpson fair? Or would you have handled it differently? And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I post content like this every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.